Those in favor of the motion.
One of the persistent criticisms that trailed the Ninth Assembly is that federal lawmakers failed to assert their independence from the presidency, particularly in the area of scrutinizing loan requests. However, some of the senators say this will not happen in the 10th Assembly.
Enough time will be given to oversight function to follow what the executive is doing. We are going to follow them bumper by bumper to make sure that the funds allocated, approved by us, allocated and released are properly managed.
You've heard from the Senate President that he will maintain the independence of the Senate, and I believe that he will do so. But what matters is that those things that need to be done for Nigerians are done seamlessly.
In the lower chamber, after a record-breaking victory for Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, the Speaker of the 9th House and governors present state their expectations of the 10th House of Representatives.
Some work is unfinished. I expect them to finish off that job. Constitutional amendment, the issue of gender parity, and so many other things. The electoral laws remains unfinished, even though a strong foundation has been laid.
We understand that 9th Assembly was one of the biggest in terms of the bills and everything, but the 10th Assembly have a target to meet and surpass. So I imagine they were going to settle very, very quickly and be able to begin to pass laws and make decisions that will be beneficial to all Nigerians, irrespective of what part of the country you come from.
Let there be inclusivity. Every region, every gender, every age group, and everybody in this country should be included, should be brought on board, and let them settle down and begin to carry out the legislative business.
The newly sworn-in lawmakers appear ready to get to work.
On security, issues on infrastructure, issues on education, issues on youth empowerment, women inclusiveness.
Based on what President have said about the minimum wage for the civil servant, we as a legislature will make sure at any moment that the law come up, we're able to make it, and that law should be implemented to make sure that the civil servant of each of these countries are well paid for them to stand the challenges of this country.
We already have a nexus between the executive and the legislature with the appointment of the outgoing speaker as the chief of staff to the president. So we expect the legislation, the relationship to be very mutual and cordial.
Though the House is not constitutionally allowed to screen ministerial nominees, they expect that portfolios will be attached to the list.
I would prefer as well that he attaches portfolios so that in evaluating the content that they are coming with, we should be able to situate the challenges ahead of them relative to what they are coming with.
Yes, portfolios ought to be attached to the nominees before bringing them to the National Assembly, so that the representatives will ask them based on what they want to be given to.
If he attaches the portfolios to the individuals, I don't think there's anything wrong in that, because the nomination starts from your intention. For you to nominate somebody, you must know that the capability, the ability of the person, and where you need the person to work with you, to help you. So you have a problem you want that person to solve.
The business of lawmaking for the 10th National Assembly begins now, as it prepares to either follow in the steps of the 9th Assembly or chart its own course. Terry Ikumi, Channels Television News.